Well, I knew if I had the opportunity, John, I knew I could get over because I had gotten over in Pensacola with this thing. I'd gotten over in Canada and across Canada with it. I knew what I said earlier about these little key words and phrases, these little actions, how to stand and how to look at the camera and how to strum that guitar and just I knew how to do it. And I knew working my Southern style of nobody in WWE early on, and Jerry will tell you this, and you might remember by watching it, the guys wouldn't drop down and beg. I mean, no one would get some heat, take a bump, and then drop down and say, "Please don't hit me," to a baby face. Everybody wanted to stand up and fight. Heck, I'd drop down and beg, man. I'd beg off, and the more I'd beg, the more they want to kill me. And so as I started picking that steam up with the belt, because no one expected me to win, and that was that right there made that championship. That made that Intercontinental belt that night because it had been on a Ricky Steamboat. It had been on Randy had the belt almost as long as I did. He was only like 3 or 4 days shorter than what I had it. And Tito Santana and Pedro Morales, and Greg Valentine, Don Morocco, Pat Patterson. The belt had been on some really good guys in the ring. And here I was, a song and dance man. I'm out there looking like Elvis and all this nonsense. And it just made losing the belt mean something to those people. They didn't care if Jerry Brisco came out there and beat me. They didn't care if the guy on the front row could beat me. They just wanted me to be beat and not have that belt anymore. And I made it that way because I would brag about it. Because I was losing every night. Like I said, when my opponent was gone and gone away in rehab, multiple rehabs, I was losing. And Jerry, you guys know this. If you're beating somebody every night, it's hard, man. It's hard to keep that heat, especially if you're a heel.
Yeah.
You can't beat a heel every night and just expect him to come back and draw. But the thing was, Vince kept me good on TV, and that was my deal.
That's the deal right there.
I'll do anything you want, Vince. Just keep me good on TV. And he's promised me that. And every time I'd go back on TV, all right, here I am, Mean Gene. I'm the greatest of all time. I still got the belt. No one can beat me. I walk in the streets. I can't even find a fight. And every 8-year-old said, boy, if he walked down here, I'll beat him. I won't. And I made it to the point where it didn't matter who I was put against. We could sell the place out because they didn't care. They wanted me to lose. And when I did lose it and the way I lost it, it didn't hurt me at all. That's the one time you do a job in the clean in the middle of the ring and it doesn't hurt your heat at all because I came right back and said I got screwed out of it. And me and the Warrior went for another 3 months and sold out everywhere with me trying to get the belt back because people were afraid I was going to get it again.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know what? It made him a star. It changed. Vince wanted this. Vince told me he wanted to do this months ahead of time. And I said, are you crazy, Vince? He said, no. He said, I see something in him. I know you guys don't, but I do. And he said, I'm going with him. He said, Hogan's wanting to go to Hollywood and I need somebody. And he said, I'm going with him. I said, well, I'll tell you what, man, I don't know what you're thinking, but anyway, I'll do whatever you want. So anyway, then he said, I'm going to need to do this. And he said, I'm going to need some return matches. I said, oh, God, please. He said, Wayne, just work with the guy on the front row. I don't care. Just get him over. And so I went out there and we worked return matches. And I ended up getting him to where he could go about 8-10 minutes with some good stuff that he could do. And then Rick Rude took him. I think Dino Bravo took him maybe after that. Then Rick Rude took him. And then Rick Rude taught him how to work.